Hi, I'm Noella Corsaris Musunka. I'm the founder and CEO of Malaika Foundation. I do one more time.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. I'm Noella Corsaris Musunka, and I'm the founder and CEO of Malaika Foundation.
Okay, so can you start maybe telling me what the missions of Malaika are when you founded it 15 years ago and the journey since then?
Malaika is a long journey, 15 years. This year we're celebrating our 15 years. Our mission is really to empower girls and communities through education, health, and sport programs. And I will add two with skills in Congo, in Democratic Republic of Congo.
And so first you built a school. Maybe you can give the steps of what you did.
So first of all, we're working in a village called Kalibuka in the southern east of the Congo, a village where there is no running water, electricity, infrastructure. It was 15 years ago a completely lack of schools, health programs, and we really transformed the entire area through a school that we built, through the community center that we completely built from scratch, and all the programs we established there. And it's just amazing that after 15 years, Malaika become really an ecosystem that empower thousands of lives every day.
And so you said that at first that village was a bit forgotten, that you wanted to put it on a map. You said that?
Yes.
There weren't even any roads. Pardon. There weren't any roads.
There was no roads. It was completely unserved. And I visited with our team. I visited so many villages, so many places. But I don't know, this one I have a special bond with Kalibuka. And I spoke with the community and they were really, I spent a lot of time with the chief of the village and he said, Noella, it's a completely forgotten village and it will be great that you help us to develop. And we will trust you and you will have our support. Because you cannot be successful in any programs if you don't have the community involvement. The community has to help you, to not only support you, but really you need to have a conversation, what is the need, and deliver the program that will be in the needs and be successful. And so we decided to work in Kalibuka. And now the only way I would have worked to Kalibuka is if we have the entire support and the community to help us to be successful in what we were doing. Because Congo is very challenging, extremely challenging. Conflicts for decades, the instability, the inequality of girls and boys' education, the mortality rate is only 47 years old. So it's quite shocking, it's appalling. And when we know that 7 million of children don't attend school in the Congo, that we know that more than 50 million of children in sub-Saharan don't attend school, all the schools are paid. Children have to pay to go to school in the Congo. And we are one of the rare free schools in the Congo. And actually all our programs are free.
So that's what I was going to ask you. Can you tell us a word about the ecosystem and why it's so important for you to have this in place for... C'est quoi ce bruit? Je passe des choses. Okay. And why it's so important for you to allow girls to have education and anyone to have education?
Yes. So, first we really start to... I never thought I would build an ecosystem like that. I lead Malaika on a volunteer basis. I don't take any salary. I just wanted to build girls for school. But seeing the needs of the village, you see the demand, you see the lack of water. They don't have water, they don't have electricity. When we start to build our first well, because in order to make the bricks, in order to have the toilet facilities, you need water. And when we finished to build the well, it was hundreds of people coming every day to fetch water. And I was asking them the question, where do you fetch water? Where do you go to get water if it's not this well? And most of them were walking 1 hour, 1 hour and a half. And sometimes they were going in river. And I went to see where the river was. It was so disgusting. And I decided with our team that I wanted to build wells. And we built, over the 15 years, we built 25 wells, a mix of manual wells and a mix of solar panel wells. And it's just amazing because when I'd go 2 months a year in the Congo, and when I go to see most of our wells, you see so many people going to fetch water, boys, girls, mothers, fathers. It's sad because normally we should have water for everyone, but I'm happy that we're able to serve more than 35,000 people a year through our water and sanitation programs. And with the COVID-19 that hit badly all over the world, it was necessary that we had this well sanitation. So then after that, we closed the school. We were able to have our own well. But yeah, at the beginning it was just a school I wanted to build. But seeing the needs, you develop. And from the school, we started with 3 classrooms, the toilet facility, the office. And from there, it started, every year we were adding 1 more classroom. And now we have 430 girls. They start all at the age of 5 years old until 18 years old. It's a leadership school for girls where we teach them from coding, roboting, music, art, sport, where we teach them, first of all, to be happy with themselves. I think it's very important to be happy. It's kids that don't have social media, don't have fun, that don't have electricity in their home, that they sleep, most of them, on the floor. They eat maybe twice a week at their home. So we make sure that at the school we have a solid and robust nutrition program where they have 2 nutrition programs a day, the breakfast and the lunch. And they all have dreams. Jolie wants to be a pilot. Kalita wants to become a journalist. Louise wants to be an IT engineer. And it's so good. They arrive at 5 years old until 18 years old. So it's very special. I know all of the girls starting at Malaika school. And it's very, very special to see them growing emotionally, physically, have their own identity, can have a conversation, can have dream, understand well the problems of their community, of their country, and what change they want to do. And I'm sure one of them will lead Malaika one day, and they will not only do amazing things for their country, but for the continent, and some of them will work in a global city, in a global world. And it will be a ripple effect, because when they will be educated, they can help their parents, they can help their siblings, they can help their community, their country. When FIFA did the World Cup 2010 in South Africa, they decided to build 20 community centers, and they were a donor already at Malaika School. So they asked me if they would love to have a partnership with Malaika and to build a community center with us. And I was like, oh my God, it's already so much stress, so much work to have a school. I'm not sure if I can take another project. But actually, you cannot have a school without the community center, because the community center is a very special place where the parents, the youth, the brothers, the fathers, the so many boys, they all come to play sport. But there's only one condition: they can play sport, but they have to go to study at a center. So we have more than 5,000 youth and adults coming to our community center, where they come to learn literacy classes, digital classes, numeracy, sewing classes, entrepreneurship. And we just launched with Caterpillar Foundation technical classes to offer skills to youth youth and adult between 17 to 35 years old. It's co-ed program, so we have 40% of girls enroll, and it's based on mechanic and electricity. A lot of them dropped out of school because they didn't have money to pay the school. A lot of them never been to school, and I'm very excited to give them skills and to see them growing and being in the job market and having jobs for them. So that's our latest addition. But the community center, we use a lot sport for development, to talk about equality, women's rights, about violence. We distributed over 14,000 malaria nets in different communities. And we grow our own food that go back to the canteen of the school, and we teach about organic farming. So the ecosystem is really the school that we built, the community center we lead and we build. We have the agriculture farming, and we have the sport, and we have the health water sanitation over the 25 wells we built. So this year we're launching the blueprint, the toolkit of Malaika. It took us nearly 3-4 years to write it, because people think it's easy to build a school, or it's easy to build a community center, all of that. But you really have to think that it's a challenge. it's not easy at all. You need to have the land, you need to have ask authorization from the government, national and provincial. You need to do the fundraising, you need to teach, you need to recruit the teachers, you need constantly to update your curriculum, train your teachers, make relevant your curriculum that children will be relevant for the 21st century skills. And all of that, you really have to think very carefully before building any foundation. So we have a lot of organization, corporate, government asking us to share our experience and to share our toolkits. So it's the reason we decided to do this blueprint. And
Sorry, what is blueprint?
Blueprint is a toolkit, so it's like a book. It's like people will be able to download this manual, and it will be all the steps, how to run and how to build the ecosystem that we built. And because I wish people share the experiences and the challenge. You have challenges, you have success, but you have to have the community involvement. And so we're launching the Blueprint Toolkit. And I would love to see the Malaika model being duplicated, not only from the school, but for the technical classes, the community center involvement, and really emphasize on the education of girls and communities through education, but through skills too.
And why is it so important that the program is free? Because you were saying that they send boys first because it's too expensive, so it's important to have free school.
Oh, yes. And you could do some backstage with my phone too. I know, but anyway, they can cut, edit. So this we take out, and this you can give to him. So you know what? When a family in Congo, when a family has money, the first.
Sorry, you can do it again.
Yeah, when a family has money, they will send the boys going to school, and the girls will help at home with a different course task, and they will get married at a very young age, and they will get pregnant. Our girls at Malaika arrive at 5 years old until 18 years old. If they were not at Malaika, around 11, 12, or 13 or 14, they will get pregnant and probably married. So seeing the journey of our girls, next year we have the first cohort of Malaika students leaving Malaika. So we're creating now a student fund to help them on the career path, if they want to achieve a university, or if they want to attend university, or if they want to go to technical classes, or art school, or music school. Whatever they want to do, we want to be there for them. Because to have invested for nearly from 5 to 18 to the education, we want to make sure that the next few years we will be part of this amazing career path they're taking.
And so obviously all this costs a lot of money. So maybe you can talk a bit about L'Oréal. I'll do the photos at the end, don't worry, with your friend.
Yeah, no worries at all. Let's focus on that.
So how does L'Oréal help? Do you know specifically where the funds go? Is it for the school? Is it for the ecosystem? Is it for the teachers?
So Malaika, it costs nearly $600,000 to run all the programs at Malaika. So it's not easy to fundraise. We are very loyal donors that support either some of our programs, the IT program or the nutrition program, or the sport program or the technical classes. We have donors that sponsor girls a year or monthly. And we have our main donation come from, my foundation is based in America and in the Congo. So our donation come mainly from corporate, from grant application, individuals. And because I'm still in the fashion industry, we have a lot of great partnership with fashion brands that contribute to Malaika. L'Oréal Fund and L'Oréal Foundation, I think it's L'Oréal Fund, I have to say.
La Fondation L'Oréal, mais...
L'Oréal Fund.
Yeah.
Or fund, for what do you call that? Let me see. L'Oréal Fund.
Yeah, that's important.
Well, I can just say L'Oréal.
Yeah.
Because anyway, you put things, you put L'Oréal Fund. With L'Oréal Fund, with L'Oréal Foundation, this way you have all the, you have different things that you want to use. You can cut it with L'Oréal or L'Oréal Fund or L'Oréal Foundation. It's very great partnership. I'm super excited because they're very visionary. Me, I'm a visionary, I'm a builder, I'm an action maker. I love to work with people that establish real change and real impacts. And Malaika is about impacting, is about data, is about transforming and really impacting the next generation of leaders. So with L'Oréal, they've been supporting us since this year, and it's all about investing in the girls' education at the school and women's at the community. So they have been helping in education, all the programs that we've been developing for at Malaika.
Okay, and do you have before we talk about your background, do you have an example of a girl or a boy or whatever, a nice story of someone you know that you've helped in that center? Like, do you have someone in mind that can...
Yes, Jolie. Jolie is an amazing girl, and I think I spoke before about her. Jolie arrived at 5 years old at her school. She loves architecture. It's beautiful to see her growing. She loves music, and she wants to become a pilot. She's very passionate about machineries and mechanic and electricity and science and maths. So she wants to become a pilot. She has a very difficult childhood, difficult background. But when they come at Malaika, they really grab this chance. They grab this chance at the free school. They grab this chance that they have everything at their school that we provide them, from the teacher support, from the health programs, from the academies, and to have overview from the world. I mean, we have a lot of teachers internationally that take the time and teach our girls remotely. And we have a lot of visitors from all over the world and volunteers and donors that came to visit Malaika and talk about the experience. So they confronted from the mother from the village, but to a top CEOs coming to Malaika and sharing the experience, and that's what makes them grow. Yeah. And we have Amida. Amida, she's in 5th secondary. She's been at Malaika since 5 years old, so next year she will be graduated. She's very into agriculture, and she doesn't understand how come we export so much food. So she really would love to develop the agriculture in her community and to do a biochemist. And what is very great about her, she's part of the committee of the school. The girls have a committees, and they grow vegetables and fruits. And from the money that they have, they invest a percentage going back to the school, and some of the percentage go to help the community. So they have a real understanding of giving back. We make sure that our girls are instilled with values at the school. We teach them that life is tough. You have to work hard. You have to be passionate about what you're doing. You have to give back. You have to study. You have to be honest. You have to be innovative, creative, and different values. And this is very important that they grow with these values. Because sometimes we're seeing the problem in a lot of places where people don't have values. And before even the academy, I speak to a lot of schools and a lot of platforms worldwide. But for me, value has to stand, and for our team. And it's the same thing with the staff that we're recruiting. They need to have value, need to have strong ethos.
And do you feel that when you talk to these girls, they maybe look up to you and feel that you're an inspiration because you come from the same country, and it's not about going abroad and doing nice things abroad. You can do that. You can achieve things in your home country, but you've made it. And is that like an inspiration for them? Do they say that to you?
For me, I go very low-key when I go to Congo. First of all, I have so much work. So they see me as Noella, as the sister, as the friend, if they can. They want to come to talk to me. And the example that I'm giving is when I'm there, yes, I built with an amazing team everything that we have at Malaika. But beyond that... Merci. Beyond that, I want to see me that when I come to Malaika, they see me working. And they see me from like 8, 9 a.m. to like 5 o'clock. From meeting the parents, meeting the teachers, meeting the staff, the management team, going to the kitchen, working with the maintenance person, meeting with the official, with donors, going to check the wells. So I'm completely hands-on on everything that I'm doing with Malaika. And that's the example I want to give them. of course, they look up to me because they know how hard I work to put all this program for them and for their communities. But it's, I want they dream even bigger than me. And I want to make sure that for them, sky is the limit. And it's not because they come from a village that they will not have the same chance of someone coming from a town. And that's one thing I want really that they understand. The education they have is so high quality that they can go anywhere. Some of the students will study abroad, but I really want a high percentage of our students study in the Congo and stay in the Congo, because it's not the solution to always have our students to study abroad, because they will not come back and the country will always stay at the same level. We need to create a middle class. We need to have women more at key roles in the society, to be decision makers, change makers, action builders, and really being part from the ground up to the top at every level. And I think you want me to talk about my background, yeah?
Yeah, I was going to ask you, well, I can ask you that at the end. Yeah, maybe you can try. I mean, like we said on, is that ça te dérange?
Non, c'est bon.
You give as much detail as you want, but it's interesting to see your journey, to see where you were born, what kind of a life you had before you started Malaika. So maybe you can start telling me that what happened when you were 5, maybe.
So I was born in Congo. My father died when I was 5 years old. I was the only child. My mom got me when she was 17, so she was young. When my dad died, it was, I think, one of the most crucial points of my life, because my mom lost everything. She lost her husband, she lost her home, and she lost me. She didn't have money to keep me, so she decided she wanted me to be educated, and she gave me away. So I grew up from families to families, and I didn't see her for 13 years. I spoke maybe twice on the phone with her, have a few letters with her, but I was very upset with her, because I guess I'm a mother of 2 children now. My daughter is 8 and my son is 11. So what you want as a child, you just want love. You just want your mom, your dad. So to grow up without a mom and dad, it makes you very strong, very resilient. You cannot fall down. And for me, the sacrifice that my mom did, I wanted to make her happy and proud, and I put all my energy in my study. But I have always this feeling, why did you give me away? But I guess when I was 18 and I went to see her back, after 13 years, and seeing the way she was living, she was a broken woman, and extremely under her privileged ways she was living, very poor. And that was another wake-up and crucial times in my life, and seeing the potential, the beauty, the culture of Congo so much. It's an amazing, beautiful country. It's such a powerful, giant country in the middle of Africa. And you just need to elevate them with education, the youth, the girls, the boys. And that was always my dream, to do something back for my country. Because I see all these girls that could have been my story. And it's the reason I created Malaika. I studied business management. I was an extremely good student. I was a tomboy when I was young. I had a very tough childhood, extremely tough childhood. But growing up as a tomboy, I never really felt very feminine. I never really felt having a lot of friends. But when I started to grow my hair, I have this femininity that came, and so many people were stopping me to do modeling. And I was like, no, I have to study, I have to work. My mom sacrificed so much. But then more and more people were stopping me, and I was a very career-driven person. So when I finished my study, I went to London because I wanted to learn English. I always dreamed to work for big corporate or big NGOs. And my friend entered me in Agent Provocateur campaign, and I was one of the winners. And from this moment, my career completely took a different turn. And my agency, my modeling agency, sent me in New York to live. So my career was very successful from New York and London. But inside myself, I always have this voice that I wanted to do something. So I set up Malaika in New York, and in a piece of paper, nobody really believed in my dream. It was so tough the first few years to raise money. And from one building, from one classroom, from 100 girls, we impacted hundreds of girls, and we give them the chance to become someone and being educated and being the next agent of change. And from the gender lens, we really impact. And it was, you know, I was in November in Congo. It was funny because all the girls, a lot of girls came to talk to me, and they call me Mama Noella. And they say, Noella, we start at 5 years old at school, now we're 17. That's what we know. We know Malaika. And they all are so scared to go out of Malaika. So this year, I put in place internship for them, that they will go to have internship in companies. If they want to be lawyers, we put them at a law firm. If they want to work in finance, we put them at a bank. If they want to be journalists, they go to work in a museum or in a magazine. So they're going to go for 2-3 weeks. They're going to go for 2-3 weeks internship in different fields. And I'm very excited because it will make them going out of Malaika. It will make them working with different people, different environment, and it will give them even more confidence. So the first week, I go every summer in Congo with my children because I want my children to understand what I'm doing and to understand my roots and to be close to Africa. And I want to make them understand that it's important to be grateful in life of what they have. So I give them, they have to choose some small project they're doing when they are there, and they love it. For them, it's home. They eat African food with their hands. They do music, football, sport. It's really, 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 really good for them. But the first 2 weeks when I go this time in the Congo, I'm going to really train the girls to be ready to go to do the internship, and I'm really excited about that.
Because maybe you can say that when you moved at 5, you went to the UK, right?
I went to Belgium.
You went, okay, maybe you can say that so that we understand that you're not living in Congo anymore.
Okay.
Maybe give the steps where you lived, where you worked.
So at 5 years old, my mother sent me to live with relatives in Belgium. And I mainly grew up in Europe. And when my career of modeling started, I was living between London and New York.
Okay, and today you live?
Today I live in England with my 2 children and my husband.
Yeah. And when you see all these girls, do you relate to them? Do you feel that this could have, I mean, you identify to all these girls you help in Malaika?
Oh, for me, they're mega special. You know, I know all of them. Every girl that entered Malaika, I know them. I know their stories. I met their parents. I know most of them where they live. And I'm involved in every step of Malaika. So they're smart. They're smart. They have passion, and it's great to speak with them and spend time. And most of it when I'm in the summer, because we walk together in villages. We talk. I take them out of the school, and yeah, I feel related to them. It's my country. It's where I'm born, and I'm super proud of the team that I'm working with, because it's tough. It's tough. It's not easy to work every day. And but you have constantly, in the world we're living, you have constantly to adapt yourself. And a lot of schools, not only in Africa, a lot of schools worldwide, their curriculum is completely outdated. I want to make sure that our student has a very current curriculum in everything that they're learning, and to make sure that they're learning too about the African history. We learn a lot in African school about Napoleon, the Queen, and everything. But we need to learn about the wealth of our continent in terms of the culture, the music, our heroes from Mandela, Patrice Lumumba, Steve Biko, and all of them. And we need to learn what is the country represent. The Congo has one of the biggest rainforests, volcanoes, music, culture, so many minerals, and they need to understand the potential of the country. Because I don't want to have girls that are being educated and they have only one dream, is to get out of the country. But I want them to understand the beauty and the power of the country. And Congo is a strategical country for the world in terms of everything that you have in your laptop, everything that you have in your green cars. Most of these, 70% of these minerals come from Congo. But how can we turn this curse that we have in the Congo into a positive change and a real positive engine for the country, and bring the social economical development and bring the social norms and the right to have access to water, to have the right access to education, health, to not have the mortality rates at 47 years old. And there's so many things we have to do. And I've met amazing people that are doing so amazing work all over the world, and in Africa, and in Congo. And I have a real belief in the next few years, the change that Africa will bring to the world. First of all, the youth represents such a huge percentage in Africa, and the mindset is changing. We cannot still living in the colonization mindset, but we need to live in the present and in the future, and how we're gonna be the ones that's gonna drive Africa.
And so the last question I wanted to ask you is, what does resilience mean for you with your personal story, the girls that you see at school? What does this word mean for you?
Resilience means really believe in yourself and have the passion, push boundaries, never take a no for an answer, and yes, just try to give the best and give back. Give back is important, but you cannot give back if you're not well with your mind and yourself. You have to be strong. I lead the team, I lead the fundraising, I lead Malaika programs. I need to take some time, just time for me, and I do love spend time with my kids. And they are my little advisor in everything I do. It's super cool. They really they're really smart. They understand well everything I do. But resilience is to be true to yourself and keep the authenticity too. I have a lot of people, organizations, do this program, do this. I really want to work for the community and for the country, and really being authentic of what we're doing and what are the needs, and really understand the background not only of a student or community we're serving. It's very important to understand too the staff you're working with. The staff, it's key in everything that you do. You need to invest in them, but you need to be close to them, and it's not easy for them. They live too in places where they don't have electricity, where it takes them 1 hour, 1 hour and a half to reach Malaika School or Malaika Community Center. So it's a lot of patience too. Resilience comes with patience, definitely.
Thank you.
Should I say the website of Malaika maybe? No?
We'll put it in the link, but you can say it
just in case. So if you want to know more about our work, you can visit malaika.org or follow us on social media, or you can come to volunteer on Malaika. Every summer I'm there. It's an amazing experience just to witness, to be there and to learn and to teach and to volunteer.
Any skills in particular to volunteer, or anyone can?
We have generally 15 volunteers a year coming there with different skills, and it's really great. We design a program if they're staying 1 or 2 weeks, and we design what they will do with the students, with the communities, or with sport, or with art, with music, whatever they want to teach. But believe me, they learn too. They learn a lot when they go there.
I would like that.
Yeah, come, it's fantastic.
Okay, I just
a nice visual.
Yeah.